is a big six. Gone! Oh, that's a beauty. Listen to the crowd. And regained the Ashes.
Catch.
Goes. And goes. And goes. Goes again. That's even better. Makes no difference. That's the best of the lot. 24 from the over.
He's going through for the second, that's it. Magnificent. Gilchrist, the century. The second fastest in the history of Test cricket.
One of the most loved cricketers of all time, Adam Gilchrist is widely regarded as the greatest wicketkeeper batsman in the history of the game. Adam forever changed the way keepers are measured.
You know, he's one of the few, one is another that completely changed the outlook of the game. You know, the way that he went out and batted, caused chaos for all teams around the world because we all wanted a keeper that could bat like Adam Gilchrist.
Oh, that's a monster hit. And Gilchrist going large. Gilchrist goes again. Second one even further.
Yes! A World Cup 100 to savour. The fastest ever in a final from a cricketer who continues to amaze us.
No one epitomised the way Aussies expect their cricket to be played more than Gilchrist.
Probably one of the best team men you could ever imagine. Obviously a great player and a great keeper and things like that. Everyone knows what he can do on the field. But what people maybe didn't see all the time was off the field and how much he looked after his teammates, how much he loved the environment of the dressing room, the camaraderie, the chief celebrator. He was very good in the celebration sense. He really enjoyed the win. But he also had a lot of pride and passion for that baggy green cap. And I think that was, as a younger player looking up to Gilly, it really impressed on me the right values that were required to play for Australia.
Duck for cover and prepare to be enthralled. Australian legend, Adam Gilchrist.
One of the greatest players I've ever seen. He's enriched the game over the years we've been able to watch and commentate on. Oh, he's got him, he's bowled him, he's got him with the legs.
Amazing. Oh, that's a wonderful delivery from Shane Warne.
Got him, what a ripper!
Oh, he's gone! It's a hat-trick! That's a hat-trick to Shane Warne.
The man, the myth, the legend, Shane Keith Warne. The best leg spinner of all time and arguably the greatest bowler ever, Shane was named one of the 5 Wisden cricketers of the 20th century.
If I was picking a World 11 of all time, number 1 pick, Shane Warne, without any question.
I think Warne's impact as a helpless little leg spinner, what a hard craft, has him at the top of the best bowlers I've ever seen.
The skill that he had to be able to execute for one, but also the cricket brain to go with it, to set batsmen up, have a plan and then execute that plan. To see it firsthand out in the middle was just absolutely incredible.
Might try and slide one in there. Fast.
Yeah, that worked pretty well.
Not bad, BJ.
I'd never ever dreamt that I'd end up, being voted one of Wisden's 5 cricketers of the century from a guy who just wanted to play football.
Warne was the first cricketer to reach 700 Test wickets, but it was his first in England that is the most famous in cricketing history.
Gary has absolutely no idea what has happened to it. He still doesn't know.
My first ball in Ashes cricket, known as Ball of the Century, the greatest ball of all time, was pretty amazing. At the time, obviously, you just want to win the Test match, but I think it was the first series where those big screens up at the ground. We sort of all looked up at those screens, and I'm sort of thinking, it wasn't bad, that actually. It's pretty good.
King of spin, the genius,
This man is incredible.
the one and only Shane Warne.
That's always the king. Gone! What a catch!
A right-arm fast medium bowler with a whippy action, Isha Guha made her Test debut at just 17 years of age. In a playing career that spanned a decade, Isha was part of one of the most successful teams in English sporting history, when in 2009, England won 2 World Cups, an Ashes, and inflicted an ODI series whitewash over Australia. Why have we got her on the team again?
Even though she might be short in stature, she certainly makes up for it with what she can do with the ball. Excellent player and has transitioned into the media game seamlessly. Ultimate professional. And I sit back in awe of what she does in front of the camera now.
I think the whole Fox team looks to me like it's been selected on fun. I mean, she's got the loveliest of smiles. And she also got 5 for it against Australia.
Meet your new voice of summer, Isha Guha.
I got you! You thought you got away from me, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, he's got it. What a catch. What a catch. Oh, what a catch again.
If it's true that catches win matches, then this man sure won a lot of cricket. The great Mark Waugh.
No better fielder and catcher in the world than Mark Waugh.
I was lucky enough to see plenty of amazing catches, but one stands out when I was actually bowling.
Let's go!
It was sort of a short leg break and he went back to smash it, and Mark Waugh just anticipated. His technique was spot on. He kept his hands up, and the ease, he made it look to something that was so hard, and he made it look easy.
One of the most elegant and gifted stroke makers to ever play the game. Few people have made batting look as easy as Junior.
Mark Waugh made things look ridiculously easy, and I think to the point where people criticised him because they didn't think he was trying hard enough. But I reckon Junior, he tried his best and, well, he just made it look too easy, didn't he?
Well, my style of cricket, yeah, it was sort of a languid sort of style of play. So it sort of crossed over between looking really nice and beautiful and lazy. You know, when I was scoring runs, they'd say I was elegant, and when I played a bad shot, I was lazy. So, you know, it was a sort of fine line to tread.
Pop your collar and watch the magic unfold. Mark Waugh.
It's in the air. What a catch. Magnificent catch there by Alan Border.
The godfather of Australian cricket, Alan Border led the Aussies out of the wilderness in the 80s with his fierce captaincy, determined batting and an impeccably groomed tash.
I love AB. I don't think I've ever met someone who is such a legend and be so humble. I think he taught Australia what that baggy green means, and he taught Australia how to play tough. He's right up there with the best.
AB epitomised the Australian fighting spirit, leading by sheer force of will to bring home both the 87 World Cup in India and the 1989 Ashes.
It's a victory for Australia by 9 wickets.
He was my idol when I was growing up, so much so that I was a right-hander until 8 years of age, but I wanted to be like AB. So I turned around at 8 to bat left-handed, just because of Alan Border. So gritty, never gave his wicket away. You know, so much passion for playing for Australia. I thought, wow, I've got to be like this guy.
Such is his legacy, Alan's importance is recognised annually when the Australian Player of the Year receives the Alan Border Medal. Widely acknowledged as the man you want batting for your life, the Godfather, Alan Border.
England have regained the Ashes.
On September the 12th, 2005, Michael Vaughan secured his place in English sporting folklore by becoming the first English men's captain to win an Ashes series in 18 years.
Favourite moment, beating Australia. You know, great team, huge amount of respect for the way that they played. Mates with pretty much all of them now, but hated them. You know, they just were too good and they'd bullied England for so long. You know, to beat them in 2005 was very rewarding.
Michael was not only a brilliant Test batsman, but a supreme tactician as England captain.
I think for Australians, as much as we love to hate the opposition, we certainly don our cap to those that really take it back up to us. And for me, that's Michael Vaughan.
He'll bring that pommy edge to the commentary box, and he's only a lone hand, so we can gang up on him when he starts to get a bit too cocky.
Drought breaker, OBE, and the man Aussies love to hate, former English captain, Michael Vaughan.
Michael Vaughan is at his best. He's leading from the front. He's turned things around. Test cricket for Brett Lee.
Few players in the game's history have instilled more fear into the eyes of batsmen than Brett Lee.
He's gone. Hat-trick for Lee.
Bowling genuine heat for over a decade, Binger was must-watch cricket whenever he had the new ball in his hand.
And caught.
When he was running in, I was nervous. I was in the commentary box.
Oh, it's right through him. Superb bowling from
Lee finished his illustrious career as Australia's fourth most successful bowler, 310 wickets in just 76 matches.
Look at this, full, straight, and 160k.
Fire up the chainsaw, it's Brett Lee.
Bowled him.
Rocky moment. It's full, it's straight, it's quick. Bowled him.
Brett Lee, the big chainsaw comes out.
There it is, wonderful victory, wonderful innings. There goes Michael Hussey. Listen to the crowd. Pulls, does he find it? He does. There it is. A hometown 100. And what an important one for Australia.
They don't call you Mr. Cricket without knowing a bit about the keeper, the one and only Mike Hussey.
Hussey, has he got it into the gap? He has. What a triumph.
Hussey waited a cricketing lifetime to become an overnight sensation. But once he got his chance, he became one of Australia's best batsmen of the 21st century.
Hussey has deposited that into the stands for Australia's most famous win ever in T20 cricket.
A batting master, Mr. Cricket Mike Hussey.
An inspiring career, respected by everyone.
And he's been a credit to himself and to Australia.
Well played, Mike Hussey. Well done.
Kerry O'Keefe, or Skull as he is more widely known, is the funniest of all cricket commentators. As a cricketer, Kerry played 24 Test matches for Australia.
Oh, and he's out.
With a professional career spanning from 1968 to 1981. Kerry will have you laughing your socks off 1 minute.
It's funny how, when he became engaged to Elizabeth Hurley, how he rose in everybody's estimation.
And thinking tactics the next.
He is going to provoke us, Virat Kohli. He's stirring it up.
And that laugh. Are you not entertained? The larger-than-life Kerry O'Keefe, only on Fox Cricket.
Brendan Julian strikes with a second delivery.
138 first-class matches and 435 wickets. Brendan Julian was a serious cricketer. BJ was a dangerous left-arm pace bowler and thundering lower-order batsman.
That is a biggie.
And was part of both Australia's successful 1993 Ashes campaign and 95 Tour of the West Indies. Left arm over with plenty more to come. Brendan Julian.
Well, that's the power of Simons. There she goes.
If you're in the business of entertainment, then look no further than the big bloke from Queensland, Andrew Simons. And it was this hostile takeover of a streaker that made him one of Australia's all-time fan favourites. Put on some zinc cream and get ready for a yarn. Andrew Simons